Good morning, friends. I am reading today's affirmation from my book, My Life Gets Better Every Day. It is April 26th, and today's affirmation is, I'm willing to change course. There are so few scenarios in life that are guaranteed to succeed. If you spend your time and energy trying to plan things perfectly so nothing ever goes wrong, you're going to be disappointed and also waste a lot of time. Take action when you're inspired, be willing to explore new territory, and don't be afraid to backtrack if things don't work out like you'd hoped. Rather than feeling like you've made mistakes or failed at something, think of it as new information. You know more now than when you started, so you're in a better position to make a more informed decision. If you're afraid of making mistakes, you'll never take a chance. And if you never take a chance, you'll never accomplish anything extraordinary. Love, Teddy. So, obviously this one speaks for itself. I think we all live in fear a lot, and, that shows up in a lot of different ways. Imposter syndrome, just fear of making mistakes, fear of failing. And sometimes, I really can recognize this in myself now when I'm getting ready to, start a YouTube channel or do something that's new in my life that I feel called to do. Much like the affirmation from yesterday, it feels like something that I need to do, that feels right, even if it doesn't make sense to my brain. All kinds of stuff comes up for me. I get all these feelings crop up, and sometimes it's just like when I really try to explore it, it's really just like I can't do that. And so when you can take that kind of general fear concept that's preventing you from moving forward in your life and kind of tease it apart and see what's going on there, you'll find a lot of times there's just stuff coming up, old stories that you've been telling yourself about not being able to do stuff. And it's always fine to just start on something. And if you don't, that doesn't have to be the end, that's another thing that I've always really struggled with. I actually found out through my human design profile, which I recently did, that I am the type of person who tries a lot of different things. And I think I was raised to believe that if you start on a course, if you don't finish it, then it's a failure, right? And so it's really taken me a lot of time, and I'm really still working on this one myself, to kind of get that it's okay to change course. Just like the affirmation says, it's okay to start something and decide it's not the right path, or that you've already learned what you need to learn in that path and you're going to go on a different one. It's hard because it does feel like a failure. It feels like you did not finish or you didn't accomplish the thing you set out to accomplish. I've enrolled in graduate school multiple times and done a semester's worth of work or a couple classes worth of work, and then just decided it wasn't the right time for me to do that. And that's another important thing to keep in mind. Changing course doesn't necessarily mean that you're completely abandoning something and leaving it and never coming back to it. It can just be okay, it's not right now, right? I might, in 10 years, that might seem like a good idea. I might have more mental space for that, or that might be, more aligned with where I am then, but right now it's not the right thing for me. So just give yourself the freedom and the flexibility to be able to change things around in your life. I meet a lot of people. When I was working as a coach, I met a lot of people who were just so committed to the path that they had chosen, even though by all accounts it was not working for them anymore. They weren't happy. There was a lot of things that they wanted to change about their life, but it was their brain was so focused and stuck in that path that they had chosen, they literally could not even conceive of a different way. I had a similar experience when I was thinking about selling the house that I lived in recently, and it solved a lot of problems to sell that house for financial reasons, but I was so committed to staying in that house that I was making myself miserable, basically. And once I kind of opened myself up and gave myself permission to explore every possible path and to change course, right? I know I said I was going to live in that house forever, but things have changed, circumstances changed, and I needed to change course. And once I let myself have that freedom, it was just a huge relief, a huge emotional and mental relief. So whatever path you're on right now, if you don't feel like it's working for you, please give yourself permission to change course. Please give yourself permission to choose something that works better for you. And if you're like me, I don't know if you are, but if you're like me and you're one of these people who tries a lot of different things in life, I can just go over the last 10 years, all the business ideas that I've tried, all the, just stuff that I've done. And, I've really felt like, gosh, what's wrong with me? I can't follow through with anything. But now I understand about myself. That's the way I learn, right? That's the way I figure out what I do want, is by trying a lot of different things and abandoning the ones that aren't working for me. So I hope that's helpful for you. Give yourself the freedom to change course if what you're doing is not working. And I will see you tomorrow with the next affirmation. Have a great day.